These are Victory, EO resistant. Some people had these last year. Not sure if everybody loved them, but they're a nice plant and a nice sure thing, I think. These are Denali, short day plant. Quite a few people in Quebec used them in the past and like them a lot in their production system. These plants are double spaced, so they don't look as thick or as vigorous, but as you can tell by the plant here, they're quite vigorous and big leafed. And the few berries I found on them to eat have been very, very good, so I think that's something a person could look at. These are VS25, again double spaced. Don't know much about them. Nice size plant, double. They're short day. So we have 100 plants of these, and I'm going to walk down them because I think this is a great plant for the future. It's supposed to be a short day, but I'd say it's similar to 025 that'll kind of continue to bloom. See, every plant pretty much has a berry on it. And we'll just go down. I only got 100 plants of it. That's all that was available. It's done. I've seen it in Florida for 2 years now. It's just been exceptional. Taste is exceptional. Berry size, the whole thing. There's some here that the deer haven't eaten off. That's usually the best reference you can get as far as what's a good tasting berry, is how much the deer like the plant, because the sweetness of the berry goes in the plant, and that's the one they have a great sense of trying to find them. So I know this looks ratty and all that, but I just want to point this out because this variety here, in my mind, is the real deal for both Florida and the rest of the eastern U.S. Now we have 3-day neutrals. This one's called Arabella. Love the plant. It's all it's doing what it's supposed to. Nice dark, small leaf plant, smaller leaf, which is not everybody's cup of tea, but it sure is when you're trying to pick them. In the foreground here is Sorella, which is another day neutral, a little bit lighter colored plant. Again, any berry I've had, but great. Beautiful plant. All these plant sciences plants have lots of vigor, and we left the blooms on most of them to see what they tasted like, but the deer took most of them off, so that's a good reference in my books. This is another day neutral, Phoebe. These are just the, I guess, earlier blooms. We picked the very first ones off, so the ones with the red berries are in between, but you can see what's coming for fruit. They're certainly going to produce, and the few that I've tasted again taste awesome. So, as appearance goes, and pretty impressive fruit, the fun pieces you do find. That's what it looks like in the inside. Tastes awesome. That was the same berry I just photographed. My early take on this is the best of those three, but I hate to jump to conclusions. But I can't say much negative. I can't say anything negative about all these plant sciences varieties so far. These are last two digits, 60. I think there is a sheet talking about this variety, like a professionally done thing with pictures of fruit and qualities of the plant and all that. I think it's a nice plant again. similar to the others. Hopefully it, we don't know much about the neo resistance of these plants, but I'd say generally as a staple of their plant sciences program is the neo resistance is not guaranteed, but it's a pretty safe bet so far anyway. So 0,060 still. There's a piece of fruit down here. There's some of these guys that are we pick the blossoms off. You miss some sometimes, but there's sort of I won't say a flush, but there is the odd plant with bloom. So I'd say that they are a short day, but I would say that they probably have a potential to pick later in the season and continue to flower. We had a big rain here the other night, 2 inches, so there's maybe a little bit of rain damage splitting on that one, but I don't know if it's focused or not. But anyway, I'm not saying that time will tell, but I don't see it. Most of the fruit here looks in good shape yet, so I don't think it's a horrible scenario at all, but it might be a plus. Sometimes those ones with the rain damage have a little bit of rain damage tastes the best too, but you can't fault that fruit right there. Again, these are that's not where I called it 0060, but I guess it's just BS60 if you'd like to call it that. And then these are 089s. There were a few of those in the southeast this year. Fairly well received, tasted good. Haven't heard the final version, but just a generally super impressive bunch of varieties in my opinion. These are Victory. Again, going into the sun, of course, but it's unfortunate. But anyway, I just wanted to show the vigor and the health of these plants. So. And I guess that's all. I won't bore you anymore, but I just wanted everybody to have a good look at what's here a little bit, the best they can. And if you're a propagator or a grower, as far as that goes, but I would encourage you to come visit. I think it's worthy of investigation in 2 or 3 days out of your busy schedule, I know, but I think it'd be a good investment of time. Thank you, and I'll try to do this again in a couple of weeks just to see what's going on. Thanks again, guys.